I'm making a very bold statement today. Stop letting those impossibly high-end interior design magazines convince you that achieving your absolute dream farmhouse aesthetic, that deep, soulful vintage charm, requires a budget that could buy a small car. Because I am here to tell you straight up that is a lie. That's a myth we are absolutely busting right now, right here on NAFA Vintage ***. We're not just window shopping, we're diving headfirst into the ***Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse ***. I'm talking about curating a space that feels like it has 100 stories to tell, all while respecting your wallet and giving you a thrill that no department store ever could. This isn't just about saving money, it's about making your home, your beautiful farmhouse, a truly unique masterpiece, proving that impeccable style does not, and I repeat, does not have to be expensive. You're about to see the complete transformation of my own farmhouse, piece by piece, find by stunning find, and I promise you will be amazed by the results and the ridiculous savings. So if you are ready to unleash your inner treasure hunter and turn budget-friendly into jaw-droppingly gorgeous, then you have to stick around. But before we unveil the first find of this epic ***Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse ***, do me a huge favor. Smash that *** button, hit *** subscribe so you don't miss a single reveal, and drop a comment below right now and tell me the one vintage item you're currently hunting for. Let's get this challenge started. The very first step in this ***Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse, isn't actually stepping foot in a thrift store. It's about vision. So many people walk into these spaces and they see clutter, they see old things. I want you to start seeing potential ***. I want you to train your eye to spot the soul, the history, the patina, the deep texture that can only come from age and genuine wear. When I envisioned my farmhouse, I saw distressed wood, I saw chipped enamel, I saw aged brass, not shiny, new, factory-made replicas. I am looking for the real deal. Our decor needs to speak to the rugged, yet cozy heart of farmhouse living. My mission for this first haul was to find a foundational piece, something that sets the tone for an entire room. We need a piece of furniture that is big enough to be a statement, but small enough that I can still manage to get it in the car because, well, we're on a budget. And that means we are doing all the heavy lifting ourselves. This particular find was in the back corner of a dusty local auction house, practically hidden, and it took a true vision to see past the grime and the general dustiness and see the perfect vintage decor item it could become. It's a low, rustic, solid oak chest that screams early 1900s storage. It's exactly the kind of heirloom piece that ties the whole ***Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse aesthetic together. Now, as we move into the hands-on phase of this ***Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse ***, we are going to talk about restoration versus preservation. This is a critical distinction, especially for vintage farmhouse decor. A lot of people feel the need to completely sand down and repaint or completely refinish thrifted finds, but for a true vintage farmhouse look, you want to preserve the history. You want the patina, that beautiful, naturally aged surface, to remain. Think of it as the soul of the piece. On the oak chest I found, I'm not sanding away those years of character. Instead, I am using a very gentle, specialized cleaner to remove surface dirt, followed by a beeswax-based polish to deepen the existing color and simply bring out the grain. This technique is not about making it look new, it's about making it look cherished. It's about celebrating the life it has lived. This is the difference between sterile catalog decor and meaningful, cozy vintage decor. For anyone attempting the ***Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse, remember this rule: if the structural integrity is fine, focus on enhancing the existing beauty, not erasing it. Less is always more when you're dealing with true vintage charm. Let's talk about the absolute sweet spot in the ***Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse ***, the small accents. These are the items that deliver huge visual impact for practically no money. Think $5, $10, maybe even $2. I always hunt for cast iron pieces, heavy, aged stoneware, or deeply colored, pressed glass. These little details are what elevate a flat, newly decorated room into a textured, authentic farmhouse space. This week, I found 3 incredible finds that illustrate this perfectly. First, a tiny, tarnished brass bell, the kind a farmer's wife might have used to call the family in for dinner. It's sitting now on my mantle. Second, a stack of very worn, leather-bound books, which instantly add that rustic library feel to a shelf. And finally, a chipped white enamel pitcher, perfect for holding a fresh-cut bouquet of wildflowers. These 3 items together cost me less than a fancy latte, but they have single-handedly amplified the vintage feel of my kitchen and living room tenfold. This is where the budget aspect of the ***Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse, truly shines, proving you don't need big spenders to make a big statement. A common mistake I see when people are styling vintage decor is scattering items randomly. You end up with a room that feels busy and cluttered, not curated and cozy. The key to successful farmhouse decor, especially in this Thrifting Challenge 2025, vintage decor on a budget for My Farmhouse is the styled vignette. A vignette is a small, intentional arrangement of 3 to 5 items that tells a story. For my farmhouse living room, I use the vintage oak chest as the anchor. On top, I arranged the stack of thrifted books, the brass bell I just mentioned, and I added a simple dark green ceramic bowl that I found for $3. The rule of threes and the concept of varying heights are absolutely crucial here. Notice how the arrangement draws your eye in and creates a focal point. It's not just a surface for setting down a drink, it's a small piece of art. The secret is layering texture and history. You're mixing the hard texture of the wood with the soft leather of the books and the smoothness of the ceramic. This intentional styling makes the whole room feel intentional, cohesive, and effortlessly vintage, which is the ultimate goal of our Thrifting Challenge 2025. Vintage decor on a budget for My Farmhouse When you live in a farmhouse, even a smaller one, utility is just as important as beauty. We are looking for vintage decor that actually works for us. This is why I obsessively hunt for vintage wooden crates, old wire baskets, and woven wicker. These items, usually found for a steal at flea markets, are the unsung heroes of the Thrifting Challenge 2025. Vintage decor on a budget for My Farmhouse Instead of buying generic plastic storage bins or expensive built-ins, I repurpose these finds. An old fruit-picking basket, for example, becomes stylish and breathable storage for throw blankets in the living room. A small, distressed wooden crate, maybe one that says Florida oranges on the side, instantly turns into a charming magazine holder next to a comfy chair. Not only do they save me money, but they immediately inject that beautiful, worn-in, functional vintage farmhouse charm into the space. They make the organization itself part of the decor, seamlessly blending the utility required of a home with the aesthetic goals of the Thrifting Challenge 2025. Vintage decor on a budget for My Farmhouse This is truly smart, budget-friendly design in action. One area where people often default to new, mass-produced items is textiles, and it is a massive missed opportunity for vintage charm. In our Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse we are going to look for unique quality textiles. I'm talking about hand-stitched quilts, maybe an old feed sack or grain sack fabric, or beautiful heavyweight linen that has been washed and worn countless times. These items add an unparalleled sense of warmth and coziness. This week's textile find was a small, absolutely stunning patched-up quilt that was clearly handmade decades ago. It wasn't perfect, it had a few faded spots, but that's exactly why I bought it. I draped it over the arm of a simple chair, and instantly that corner of the room went from feeling empty to feeling like a warm hug. It adds a crucial layer of softness and a pop of aged color. Remember, your farmhouse should feel inviting and lived in, and textiles are the quickest way to achieve that effect while staying firmly on budget for the Thrifting Challenge 2025. Vintage decor on a budget for My Farmhouse Don't underestimate the power of a single, authentic textile piece. Lighting is perhaps the most crucial element in any home decor, but particularly in vintage farmhouse style. Soft, warm, ambient light is non-negotiable. However, vintage lighting fixtures can be incredibly expensive. This is where the true creativity of the Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse comes into play. I've been experimenting with repurposing very common thrift store finds into custom lighting. For example, I took an old clear glass mason jar, the kind you can find for less than $1, and turned it into a charming pendant light by adding a simple wiring kit and a low-wattage Edison-style bulb. I also found a few very simple distressed metal brackets, which I'm planning to use to mount small antique-style oil lamps to the wall. The key here is to keep the light source itself simple, allowing the beauty of the warm light and the vintage container to be the focal point. This is a very affordable, high-impact way to introduce essential mood lighting while reinforcing the rustic charm of our Thrifting Challenge 2025. Vintage decor on a budget for My Farmhouse aesthetic. Stop buying generic art prints for your farmhouse walls. It's an easy but frankly boring solution. In the spirit of the Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage decor on a budget for My Farmhouse we are going to use found objects as our wall art. This gives the room character and is often free or incredibly cheap. Think of things like old wooden cutting boards with beautiful wear patterns, maybe a collection of very aged, simple silver utensils, or even old window frames that have that flaky, distressed paint. My latest find was an antique large wooden clock face, stripped of its mechanism, which I hung above the fireplace. It is a stunning, textural focal point that cost me $15. It tells a story, and it provides that necessary scale that a lot of smaller thrifted items lack. This approach is not about filling space, it's about making a statement with repurposed history. It's the ultimate expression of the budget part of the Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse ***. It shows that you can elevate your space using items that were never intended to be art, but through creative vision, they become exactly that. We are now at a pivotal point in the Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse ***. It's time to see how all these disparate pieces, the restored oak chest, the small brass accents, the repurposed crates, the simple quilt, and the found object wall art all come together. The magic is in the cohesion. Each piece, while unique and thrifted, shares a common language of age, patina, and rustic utility. The secret to making it work is to allow a few new, very simple, neutral pieces to breathe between the vintage finds. Think plain white linen curtains or a simple, solid-colored rug. This prevents the room from feeling like a cluttered antique shop and instead makes it feel like a thoughtfully curated home. I truly believe we have not only met the budget goal but have completely exceeded the style goal. This farmhouse space now feels deeply personal, warm, and authentic, proving that the most beautiful homes are built with intention and imagination, not just a huge checkbook. This Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse has been a huge success. So that is the complete journey of the Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse ***, from the initial hunt to the final reveal. I hope this video has completely changed the way you look at a dusty, old thrift store and inspired you to see the incredible, affordable potential that is waiting there for you. Your dream vintage farmhouse is absolutely within reach, and all it takes is a little bit of time, a keen eye, and the bravery to dig through the junk to find the jewels. Don't be intimidated. Start small with a single vignette or a corner of a room and let the process inspire you. I want to see what you find. This is your personal invitation to join the Thrifting Challenge 2025, Vintage Decor on a Budget for My Farmhouse ***. Before you click away, if you got any value, any inspiration, or just enjoyed the transformation, please take 1 second to like this video. Subscribe to NAFA Vintage so you can be part of the next big challenge and every upcoming reveal. Finally, I want you to tell me in the comments below, what is the single best thrift store find you have ever made? Let's keep this conversation going and share our best tips and tricks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Happy thrifting!